If you have a job you love so much or you're starting your Monday after a workout, just know that every Monday is an opportunity for you. Good morning to you wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to a new day. This is Voice Breakfast hashtag. What are you saying? Welcome to the show. My name is Omotoshola Sharimaki. Good morning to you, dear ladies. Happy Monday.
Good morning. Good
Hi,
morning.
am I the
Happy
only one
new week.
excited this morning? I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay,
I guess
okay,
not.
I get it. So, how was your weekend? How are you ladies doing?
I'm fine. My weekend was great.
Hmm.
Nothing bad. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Just the
Just
normal weekend. What about your God's beauty?
Okay, I think mine was just left for self-reflectment, something around that. So, yeah, I was a bit free. I had to push a lot of my work. I'm not a procrastinator, but I had to push a whole lot of my work to this week because I
Mm,
needed to rest.
right.
Yeah.
Well, for me, my weekend was so restful. I mean, I love the fact that I was so intentional about resting this weekend, and I was able to achieve that. Spend time with people I'm supposed to spend time with. Had time for meal prep. Had time for myself, and this is me looking sharp this morning. Well, Monday is when we get to talk about politics and leadership, and today will be no short of that. We have a lined up of activities from you, ranging from headlines across the globe. We'll be joined by a guest much later, and also our book review segment, among many programs, among many content we've lined up for you this morning. Well, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, today is also another opportunity for you to do that. Go to at official upgrade TV, click the subscribe button, like and share now for your family and friends to watch this content. We'll take a quick break right now to return with the remaining part of the program. Please stick around. West Breakfast comments in a moment. Glad to have you back from that break. Now, let's take a look at the pages of Nigerian headlines, newspaper rather, in and out of Nigeria to analyze some of the trending stories over the weekend. I'll kickstart from the Punch newspaper, which is one of the major Nigerian headlines, and there are lots of trending stories on this newspaper. I'll start with the top right corner of the Punch newspaper, which states that cholera outbreak, 22 states get kit as Lagos cases hit 500. Right beside it, Nigerians borrow 3.9 trillion naira as economic crisis bite harder. And right after it, food price hike worry operators amid 1.2 trillion naira agri budget. And the major headline on the Punch newspaper states that Dangote elect IOCs for strict refinery. Right at the so let us know the major headline that caught your attention via our different social media platforms by dropping your comments, and we'll do what to read them out. Mine will be on the same cholera outbreak. I know we have been talking about cholera this, cholera that, but it is starting to look scary or creepy. And this is exactly how Ebola started. COVID-19 started. Yes, Ebola at a time, but this is how COVID-19 started. Right now, Lagos case has hit about 500. And I don't know, if Lagos already 500, I can imagine what other states would be like. And in no time, maybe the whole world. And it was in the news last weekend that some schools will not be resuming because, or maybe how unhealthy or unhygienic the places are. So if you're watching me, please try as much as possible to stay safe out there and avoid cholera as much as you can. I know you cannot totally avoid it, but then try to stay safe, try to drink good water, and in your own purview, try to, just avoid it.
Well, I hope the people who have been infected by this cholera get the treatment that they deserve, and also heal from it and never experience it again. Let me take us through the Nation newspaper, and the headline reads, "Why Oyo government delayed approval of Olako Lane's choice as 43rd Olubadan." And below that, we have international oil companies frustrating rollout of petrol, says Dangote Refinery. The firm accuses government agency of aiding indiscriminate importation. And in the top left corner, we have Kano government serves Bayero eviction notice from Nasarawa Palace. In the middle of that, we have governor raises dust over spending of 90 billion naira on Hajj subsidy. And below that, we have Rivers Council workers plan protest over police presence. And last but not the least, we have state airports. How viable is that? The headline that catches my attention the most is the international, oil companies frustrating rollout of Dangote refineries. And you see how Dangote is coming out to say they are frustrating his efforts to produce petrol in Nigeria at a better rate than what they have been doing for every other person. And the reason why our cost of petrol is that high is because we're still importing fuel from different countries as far as the United States into Nigeria, when we are a oil producing country. And then the people, they said they have 25 licenses that they have issued out, and it's only Dangote Refinery that has actually pushed out legal documents to back that license. Every other person is going through different corners to import for and then hoarding for. So I think this is also one of the problems that Nigeria is facing. The fact that there is a way forward to certain things that we can do, and then we still have issues with doing them, just because we feel like corruption, dirty tricks, and this thing will get us more money.
I always do say that we are the architect of our own fortunes or misfortunes. If Nigeria is going to be a better place, if we are going to stop importing fuel and start to export them, sell them out or send them out, it all lies in our palm. Out of the agencies giving out the licenses, I'm sure there are some Judas among them.
Definitely.
Even those collecting the licenses, there are still Judas among them. So if there are Judas everywhere, then it means Nigeria is about to maybe, don't let me say the wrong word. Well, let's take a look at the newspaper
so
outside
moving
of
on to
Nigeria.
New York Times, let's travel, please. Our right side of the newspaper has Ukraine men go into hiding to avoid draft fear of being rushed to front unprepared. Next to that, in Jewelry Nation, an early debate filled with risks, high-stakes rematch, Biden and Trump aim to avoid missteps that could linger. Beneath that, Colombia puts dent on leave over Real Texas. Next, by the bottom right, we have Gaza tension fire relations in gay enclave. By the left side, which is the last headline, reads immigration in France, as in United States, has centuries leaning to right. So the headline that piqued my interest is the headline that's that's the bottom right, that says Gaza tension fire relations in gay enclave. This passage discussed an incident in Fire Island, that's Pines, an upscale gay resort town where a flag honoring Representative Richard Tory, the first openly gay Afro-Linto member of Congress, was displayed in a park. Tory is also a supporter of Israel, and his flag was torn down by the gay activist group ACT UP, who replaced it with 2 other flags. So I think he's somehow kind of against it now. But I want to hear you guys' opinion. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of the LGBTQ community?
I'm speechless about it.
No, I would say that I'm indifferent. I will always stand on the fact that all I know is male and female biologically.
Right.
Whatever has erupted from...
It's not erupted.
It's
not erupted.
From those 2 basic things that I know, I cannot dive into it, but what I know is that biologically, I know male and female.
Well, for me, I would say LGBT communities, the topic on it is quite sensitive because there are lawyers backing them, there are NGOs, there are foundations and all of that. So my own perspective might sound a bit harsh, but I think as long as they are happy doing what they are doing, they are happy, they are living their life, they are getting all the accolade they deserve, who dare stops them from enjoying, or who dare stops them from happiness? Well, it is what it is. Let's go back to the Punch newspaper. I saw another headline here that I'd like to talk about. It was so interesting. I wanted to talk about it the other time, but I wanted to put health first. So the Punch newspaper, a story at the bottom corner says, federal government to punish supervisors approving salaries for JACPA workers. Now, I'll read a bit of the details and then I'll talk about it. The Punch newspaper states that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed that all civil servants drawing salaries from the government after relocating abroad should be made to refund the money. The president also directed that the supervisors and department heads of the corporates must also be punished for aiding and abetting the fraud under the award. Tinubu gave the directive on Saturday at the award night, organized by the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation to commemorate the 2024 Civil Service Week. The event was also to honor some outstanding civil servants in core ministries. Represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, the president expressed dismay over the attitude of ghost workers. He said, and I quote, "During my recent visit to South Africa, I kept abreast of the week's activities. I was particularly struck by the revelations the head of civil service shared regarding employees who had relocated abroad while drawing salaries without formally resigning."
I think that's something that I've heard happen before.
Yeah, ghost workers.
Even very close, I would say very close family member, something like that, where they sort of plan that, oh, I will leave the country, but then I still exist in Nigeria at the same time. I think it's fraudulent. I think
there's no two names to it.
There's no two names to it. I think if you want to go, just go like completely and fully. It doesn't stop you from being Nigerian. But then it hinders the people who are supposed to
fill up
that space. So it means that you are limiting job creation.
Yeah.
It means that you are also taking salaries from the government that you shouldn't be taking, that should belong to somebody else. Yeah. So you are still part of the problem.
Yeah, I was quite familiar with during End Power of 2020 or 2021. Someone gave me the offer that I should work there. I should hire someone to be working in my space. So I'll be paying the person half of my salary.